For a minute, I didn't think they were going to bring me on. They had me waiting for a long time, just spinning. Oh, yeah, I know what's going on. Sister Deborah, shalom, shalom, and shalom. Coming today with a message. And I'm not going to be with you long, but I got a message here. I like to bring it forth. And the title is Make United Snakes of America the Land of Slavery. We as individuals who know of our history and how this kid come calling. 1 minute. Let me just text him and tell him I'm live. I don't even know my son's number. I'm sorry. All righty. Again, Sister Deborah coming with a message. Make United States of America the land of slavery. I had no idea that this land is already in the making of a land to be used as slavery. It's about time. It's about time. And you remember, I'm sure many of you all have heard the head being the tail and the tail being the head. Okay. Now, I want you all to understand Israel and Judah cannot be the head. Okay. They could be the tail, but they cannot be the head. Okay. If we have to look at the head being the tail and the tail being the head, we only can look at the spiritual seed. Okay. And from what it looked like, the spiritual seed has a place to go. They ain't got time to be the head down on this earth, down in this world. Okay. So if you want to teach that, make sure you get it right. One being the head, that which is head is going to be tail, and tail is going to be head. Okay. So what that's really wanting you to understand how the spirit of the Most High Yah is going to flip things over in the spirit realm. Okay. It's not for the flesh realm, because no one on the face of the earth is entitled to be head. And no one on the earth is entitled to be tail. We became the tail because of he that rules it all chose us to do what's right. And we insist on doing what's wrong. But I got to clear that up. It ain't no us. See, everything rests in the spirit. And we can't keep adding ourselves with the spiritual seed, with the earthly seed. And that we find ourselves doing that, trying to make sure we are included in Israel and Judah. We tend to just place ourselves with Israel and Judah, no matter what. And we don't even understand that Israel and Judah goes two ways. You can be the flesh Israel of Jacob, or you can be the spiritual Israel like unto Jacob. See, people can't seem to not put that here. You can't just put them together and say they all are the same. You can do that. That's when you lead into your own understanding. Okay, so this topic is to make the United States of America the land of slavery. What I see is them not even being able to see that all these things that is being done by their great old America, even to the point of making America great again. The whole idea of America making that statement is because it's going to be the opposite of what they said they're going to make it. While they're saying we're going to make America great, y'all flipping the script, okay? And he's going to make you a great slave. Ooh-wee, somebody in trouble tonight. He's going to make you great in being a slave. Oh, yeah, baby. That's where he's going. That's where he's taking this. While you running around here talking about make America great, America gonna make sure you are a great slave. Because even though they cannot see, nor will he allow them to see, because that's who the strong delusion was poured out on. He that cannot see is, I got a reason why they can't see. I'm like saying, but Father, if they cannot see, you gonna pour more, you gonna pour more juice on them? Sure, I'm gonna make it a strong delusion, and that's what you see. There's a heavy, strong delusion in this country, and the delusion is believe the deception and the lies, because you ain't gonna ever see the opposite. So you might as well join what you're trying to portray that you see. In that process is where the head is going to be the tail and the tail is going to be the head. So with that being said, a lot of people are beholding the United States. And what I do believe is they pretty much know that the United States as the people is what's going down. Bam! And they have no idea what hit them. They running around here looking for where Donald Trump at? You're supposed to make America great again. Where is that? Wait a minute, what's going on? America got to get great. No, baby, he leaving you to be the tail, baby. That's what it's all about. That's why he cannot release Israel and what it's doing. Because their goal is to make sure the United States as the people think it as the country. The country is connected to the land. Y'all ain't after the land, even though he gonna take it down. But he said, I got some bones to pick with the people, Deborah. They run around here talking about the land. Stuff that I don't have a problem with. I got a problem with the people on the land. I had a problem with them before the foundation of the world. I got a problem with them now. I take care of the land, but I got to get the people first. So all this making it great, they're going to make you so great. You're going to be the greatest slave that ever hit the earth. He said, a day like no other. How can one first be head and be that low as the tail? Like it has never. So that leads me to understand that even the slavery in which Israel and Judah and many other people have been in is not going to compare to the slavery that the United States has already entered therein. They thinking that, oh, we're going to do this and it's going to, you know what? It had the connection to the kingdom first and foremost. Only the kingdom can say if it's going to flip from the head to the tail and the tail to the head. He allowed you to be the head because he know the eternal mission was you to be the tail. Before he gets you to that eternal issue, he's going to let you be eternal. Before he gets you to that eternal tail. He's going to let your tail be judged right here. And you are not going to be the head. You're going to be the tail right here on the earth. And the tail that's going to be in the lake of fire. They have no way out. None whatsoever. And everybody that connects to him and join with him, like Israel is the tip of that pyramid. So they play a role, them and the Romans. Don't think y'all ain't got them checked. They checked. But guess what? This country, I want to tell the United Snakes of America, y'all got some beef with you beyond beef. And this beef carry one of the heaviest judgment right on the land. See, what he's doing is, he said, wait a minute, hold up, Deborah. I'm going to deal with him in the flesh. And I'm going to deal with him in the spirit. So let him know it ain't going to be no bridge for you to cross over to. I'm going to deal with you right here and now. Where? On your land that you said is so great. The blood that they have shed. The wicked and evil, the abomination, everything that they have done, along with those that's detached to them. Don't think he forgot them. No, he ain't forgot them. They going with him. They going down with him, but he's going to do it right here so the eyes can hear and the ears can see. Now what? You was the head, but now you the tail. So what he's doing in Revelation 18, he coming after the ground. But before he get to the ground, he's getting to the judgment of those that's above the ground. He's going to take the land off the map for sure. But he's going to get the people. Yah said he's coming after the people. So let America know that they are going into captivity with their own nation. That's what Donald Trump is going to make so great. He's going to make it so great that the people in his country who thought that he was going to make them great, not knowing that you done took everything that's possibly can be great on the earth and you done turn it to wicked and evil with your hateful heart. Now you are going to fall in the hole with him. You have to understand. No, you don't have to. It's too late. I forgot. It's too late. Ain't no understanding in this. But understand your understanding. You're going down. Because as I was listening to in Revelation to John, now how are you going to skip Paul and delete Paul but run to John? Wait a minute, John, you was in the kingdom. At least Paul was on the earth. Hold up, John. Wait a minute. How is it they take what you say, but don't take what Paul? Because a lot of y'all have not really sat down with the Ruach and hear the Ruach deal with Paul. You haven't. Because what the Father would do, he'll come up out of Paul's words and bring you the word. See, what they didn't understand from the beginning to the end of a book, it's not the word. So while you run around here trying to make somebody in here not legit, you're the one not legit. Because it ain't the book and those who in the book that make the word to be the word. The word is a spirit. And it rests in the bosom of the Father. So you can take Paul, John, Mark, Luke, Moses, whoever you want out. You can add them, you can take them out. It ain't going to amount up to nothing when the word rests in the bosom of the Creator. And that's why people cannot grip the fact that you need the Holy Spirit, which is the Ruach HaKodesh, to live in you to what? To teach you some things? No, all things. It overrides the book. So when they get to taking out Paul, I'm just talking to y'all right now. When they went to taking out Paul, I'm like saying, how you going to take out Paul? You going to prosecute Paul all over again? Tell you what about John? John talking about he was in the heavens. At least Paul talking about he's on the earth. John talking about he's in the heavens. You don't have no beef with John. You see? Because Paul was talking to who? Now one of you knew, did you? Paul was talking strictly to the Gentiles, to the so-called Christians. Now you hear the Christians whooping and hollering and saying Paul ain't legit. Why? Because he judging you with the words that he understand that was been given to him by the Ruach. And because the words that he said is bringing judgment to you and against you right here on the earth, now you're reading it. See, at times they didn't read it. They just go to the place of worship and let somebody tell them, oh, Paul said this, Paul said. They ain't had no problem with that. But when they had to go in it themselves because of what all this, everything's being said, now they want to go in it and search it. And then I sit back and I say, how can you search Paul? And you have not searched the people of Yah. How can you search Paul and make Paul bad when you ain't made the fake ooze over there bad? You lost with the cause and without. How are you all skipping to Paul and prosecuting Paul all over again? All over again. All over again. Who would do that? Christians. Christians. Because Paul wasn't for the Israelites, even though he taught them as well, but he was for the Gentiles, the Christians, as they call them. So now the Christians coming out all over the place because now they're reading the book themselves and realize, wait a minute, Paul said we did. We in trouble. Yeah, now you're being judged by what Paul said. Now you don't like Paul. Because all these hundreds of years you sat at the church and let the church tell you, a man on a pulpit tell you what Paul was saying, and it was good because they'll give you one verse, they'll eat it up and hand it to you, and you thought, hey, I did my holy mission and walk out the door. But now it's causing you to search it, and now you find all these errors because the errors are errors pointed to you, to judge your heart and your flesh, and you do not like it. I'm so grateful that Yah gave the words to the Gentiles and to the Hebrew Israelites who are not deceived. I am so grateful he gave them this book because that's all they entitled to. They got their portion already. See, they didn't know there's another portion called the Ruach. Even the 12 and the women and all the others had to sit up in a room and wait, which they called tarry, for the Ruach HaKodesh. In this day and time, ain't nobody waiting for nothing. We don't need it. We already got it. You see? That's how Judah thinks. That's how Israel, they could care less. I mean, the one that is the seed of the flesh of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's their mindset of Jacob. Let's put it like that. But the United States has no idea that the land is flipped now over to slavery. They cannot see that he that says, make America great again, he's going to do exactly what he said, and he's doing it. He's going to make you a great slave like this land has never seen. So if you thought that Black people or melanated people were in slavery, you ain't seen nothing yet. And no one ever thought about it. That's what the beast is going to sum it all up to. He's going to make sure that everybody fall under an order and a control and a power and authority where you ain't going to be able to have, sell, eat, drink. You ain't going to be able to do nothing. You see? That's the worstest slavery that ever hit the face of the earth, is what the United States finna do with the people. Not, y'all said the land ain't it. It's the people that's gonna go into slavery. No matter how much money you got, I try to tell y'all that. I don't care how many properties you got, how many houses you got, how many cars you got, how many big screen TVs you got. I don't care if you got a washer and a dryer. I don't care if you got a farm. They coming even after those who have went out and got land and is farming. They coming. Y'all haven't heard about it? They going after already people who are off the grid, and those who are out here farming. They already start putting restrictions on them already. Y'all ain't playing. This land is going to be judged, and he ain't got the issue with the land. He gonna judge that at the end. He's gonna knock it off the map. But before he do that, he gonna bring the people in this country to slavery, death, and then hell. Go and run around here thinking because you're white, you're right. Go right ahead. Go on and live that. That's your portion. That's why I made a video. That's what you entitled to. It's what he's about to pour out. And it's already started. You don't hear melanated people saying we don't have food and we can't pay out rent. We can't pay out. You've been paying it all this time. Even reverse it. You about to be the tail. But the tail that the United States is going to be is like no other, y'all. I don't know if you all have not read it, but it has said it several times. This days is going to be like no other ever on the earth. Ooh. You know, people wouldn't even comprehend that. People wouldn't even comprehend it. Wait a minute, hold up, Father. Hold up, Father. Where you going with that? Hold up. Like never. And we thought slavery was something. Come on, what are you going? Where you going with that, Father, y'all? He mean what he said. He say what he mean. Like no other. I know we wants to make it like we wants to think it and feel it. You go right ahead, baby. Ain't nothing about what's going on that I'm going to embrace as anything righteous. It's wicked and evil. Demonic. And you don't think, they don't even have no idea that this is Satan's resident, this country itself. You see how important it is, how people, by not having what y'all sent down in the midst of them, you see how y'all will make sure what I send down ain't for them now, Deborah. So don't go give nothing to them. It ain't for them. Only thing for them is my judgment. And that's coming by my right hand. I'm not playing. And they got to be judged on the earth. See, everybody said when we across that bridge, when we get to, you know, baby, you're going to be judged here and you're going to be judged there. How about that? See, they don't believe that. He said, leave them alone. What makes you think they're going to? I done poured some delusion drink all over them. So it ain't nothing you can say that's going to get them to believe anything. This is going to be their portion. They're going to believe it because they ain't going to be able to escape from it. So I'm here to tell you, the United States of America is going to become the land of slavery. And Donald Trump is the one that's kicking it off. He's not going to sum that bad boy up, but he's the one kicking it off big time. And he don't have no shame in this game because he do it or his life is over. See, a lot of y'all think these people be doing it because this is what they want to do. No. When you're assigned from the kingdom to walk in this area, and then the Satan crew get a hold of you, they already know what side you on. They're going to wear your tail off and then put you out to what? Death. Get your body off the earth. But they're going to use you for all they can use you for. And then, you see, they know what's coming down here, what's down here already. They go after those who they know that are down here to work on or work for their behalf. That's why you can see Sister Deborah having two, and another person having 1 million. And they teaching out of a Bible and teaching and not even using the Bible, but quoting it. And then here's Sister Deborah over here with 2. speaking spirit and truth, bringing the Ruach words to life, to the light in spirit and truth. But see what happens. The multitude goes that way because they love for to be in the area where everyone is at, not knowing. Now, I'm going to tell you what's dangerous about that. What's dangerous about that is the heavens don't rumble that way. Never did and never will. If so, he wouldn't have allowed 1/3 to go along with knucklehead. You get what I'm saying? So therefore, it should cause you to think he don't have no problem. 1/3, wait a minute, 1/2 want to go. I tell you what, one, who else want to go? That's how the kingdom rumbles. You see, he don't play. I don't know why we get down here think he low class and he rumbles with us in our ways and our thinking and our feeling. No, he don't. Never did and never will. And then he freely let that 1/3 go and then turn around, looked in the kingdom, said, you know what? Let me create an earth so all y'all tests can go down and go in the direction of where you're already thinking in your spirit. How about that? So that's how everybody got down here, y'all. That's how everybody got down here. He said, I'm going to throw a little something of mine in there too. How about that? But I'm going to redeem them back. Hey, lamb, I'm slaughtering you because I need you to go back to pick up those that I'm going to send down with all these crazy ones. You got to redeem them back to me now. Go on down and do what you got to do and then come on back. Don't mess with him. I don't care what about all these other gods everybody talking about and all this Muslim, Islam, Jehovah Witness, Buddha, Christian. All this mess is trash to me. But oh, we in that day. We are in that day. And the Father wanted me to send a message to those who have an ear that the United States is going to be the land of slavery. Let us go. Let me get my verses together here. Let me get my verses together. Okay, let me see here. The tariff, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. You all really didn't understand. Remember that taxes that Trump was putting on Mexico and Canada and China? All it was a setup. All it was a setup. Because the only way they can bring this down, this country down to the slavery in which I'm talking about, they have to first make it appear that it's interfering with the 7 heads or the 10 horns. But the whole idea was they all in it together to bring down what? This land. It ain't the land. Let me stop saying the land, but the people. They bringing this country down to where it'll never be able to build up. It will only be a land that's fully controlled, and the people must be slaves. This is the land of slavery. And guess what? Jacob's of the spirit won't be here. Jacob of the spirit will not be a participant of this land being slavery. That's why the head must be the tail and the tail must be the head. You got to see that only in the spirit, because no one is entitled to the tail and no one is entitled to the head. Meaning on the earth. Why? Because we all sin and we all done wrong to the Creator in one way or another and continuing. So therefore, what's this head being the tail and the tail being the head? Y'all finna flip it right here on the earth. You all have had people enslaved. Now you're going to get a taste of a slavery you never knew exists. Worse than you can ever imagine. You got to get a taste of it. So another thing about that, in the last year, that's pretty much what you hear Europeans say. They trying to put us in slavery. They trying to get us in slavery. They running us straight into slavery. Duh. That's where you're going, whether you like it or not. I mean, from Paul to Paul to Paul to Granny and Granny, all the way down to mom and daddy, sister, brother, babies, newborns, all of them. It's going to go in slavery. And Donald Trump is setting it up. And I ain't going to say he's setting it up. He done set it up already. You know how they was taxing Mexico and Canada and China? I think it's called the tariff. You know what they did, y'all? It was all about robbing the people in this country, taking from them. It wasn't about charging them. It was about charging you. Taking what little that you have, making sure they take everything you got. And this, I think, is a dangerous thing, but it has to go this way. The reason why I say it's dangerous is because this is why you got these people heads that's so swollen, that really believe that stuff like this can't affect them. They got too much going on. Oh, baby, you're going to fall right in with the slavery. I don't care if you melanated or what. You're going to fall right in. You see? You're going to fall right in if you're not marked. You're going to fall right in. You're going to go straight through that full tribulation, perilous time. You're going to go through it all. So go on and keep playing with yourself and thinking you in there. It ain't doing nothing to verify anything that you stand at the altar of the Most High Yah, and he's dealing with you. And you don't have anything to even speak to anyone because nobody won't listen to you. Let's continue. Now, here is, I didn't want to go there. As I was in Revelation chapter 17, and let me just go there, Revelation chapter 17, and I thought about something that the Spirit has told me years ago, before I even got on YouTube, that I'm being taught from the wilderness. 99.9 don't understand where the wilderness is. It's a place that Yah has prepared to show you things that he has not shown many. You go there, and I call it my school, my place where I get to raise my hand and ask all kind of crazy questions. I call it my school, but it is the wilderness. And I realized, let me see which verse it is. Let me get it. Revelation. Or I can just see it, but I'm trying to find it here. Revelation. Revelation. I can just say it. You'll know what I'm talking about. Paul said that he was in the spirit. No, that he was in the wilderness in the spirit. And I said, I wrote it down, and I said, I'm going to make sure I show them that. But he didn't say it once. He said that a couple of times in Revelation. He called it a wilderness that he was taken to. And I like that because it reminds me of trying to explain to people that Yah deal with you at the, if he's in the kingdom, why are you calling it the wilderness and you up in the kingdom? See, y'all don't know. See, you only understand the wilderness based on how man want to tell you the wilderness is and was and always going to be because of the way Israel went into the wilderness. If you had any sense, I mean any, you'll realize the wilderness where he took them. Why would he take them through the wilderness or in the wilderness out of where they were in Egypt and not take them to a place where he got things set up for? No one never thought. Everybody thought the wilderness was a bad place. And, oh, it's evil. And it's where he show up and show out. He give you water when you don't see no water existing. He pour out food from the kingdom, from the heaven fall down to you. You see? He give you food that you ain't never seen before. Oh, no, they didn't see none of that. And they don't teach it. They don't let people understand what the wilderness that y'all took them to, what it was consist of. They won't give him he never did get the glory out of that. No one never gave him the praise and the glory out of that. You know why? They dropped the ball a long time ago. They messed up from the flow up. Purposely. Because let me just get this here. Let me see where verse it was in. I got a lot of verses here. Let me just get that down. These kids are texting their mama. Where John said he was in the wilderness. When John says he was in the wilderness in Revelation. I just want to show it to y'all. Let's go to oh, that's a good one too. That's a really good one. See, I never thought of that one. Okay, and this one was wait a minute. Let me go here. Wait a minute. Is that the one that wait a minute. I'm gonna get we there, y'all. We okay. 21 and to get that verse. I'm gonna have to get, matter of fact, I'm gonna end up having to get both verses because I want y'all to see it in how. Let me see if it's in 14. John was talking about what he was seeing, and before he went on to telling us about the where my phone? He went on to telling us about the wilderness that was in the kingdom. I'm gonna have to find it, and here it is. Oh, I can't keep. Let me go ahead on. I'm gonna have it. I got it wrote down. So I pulled it up. I don't know what verse it's coming from, but John was talking about, I was in the wilderness and I saw. Wait a minute. Was it Revelation chapter 17? Because it's 2 verses saying he was in. I'm like saying, well, wait a minute. You mean the wilderness is in the kingdom? Hold on, bro. Where did you see that? You see, it's going back because we've been believing what they said, and I've been saying that. And I'm gonna tell y'all, when I first got on here and I was saying prophetess in the wilderness, you know what people would say to me? When prophetess, we got to help you get out of the wilderness. They used to say that all the time. You ain't got no business in the wilderness, Sister Deborah. Prophetess, we got to get you out of the wilderness, because they couldn't detach the wilderness to be in anything outside of what they have been taught. But let me tell you something. It's not a better place you want to be in the wilderness, especially, if he there. Oh, my God. Just because the knuckleheads that came from Egypt and was taken to the wilderness and was there a long time before y'all got fed up with them and left them there. But all the miracles and signs and wonders that he did before them, do you know right today, nobody never preach it and teach it? No one says anything. No one says anything about the wilderness, because they want to only give you this mindset that the wilderness in which he has brought the Israelite people to was so horrible. How can it be so horrible if where they were was horrible? Does it make sense? He prepare a place. He prepared a place. He prepared that place for them. What you gonna pour out to sea for, Father, y'all? Why are you gonna follow them by, a fire by night and cloud by day? What are you doing all that when you get their stupid tails over here? They don't realize the wilderness still got to be greater than where you brought them from. And you setting their eyeballs in part to see, and they still can't see it. It's so many things that you all should have gripped and realized, yeah, we really messed up. I see why y'all sent us where we needed to go. We needed to go a place where we can keep bumping our heads, and our heads are still being bumped today. But I praise the Most High Yah that His light is yet shining through all this darkness. Because in Revelation, did someone ever find it? It's in there. It's in there twice. Where he said, I was in the vision in the wilderness. He was saying this here. And I guess I got I wrote it down, but I got 15 verses. I don't know which one it is. Let me try Revelation 13. But back to what I was saying here is, did you all know Revelation? Let me go to Revelation 14. This is not it, but listen to this. Wait a minute. Listen to this. Remember, you all, do y'all remember when Revelation 13, let's go there. In Revelation 13, it talks about the mark of the beast, and the beast coming on the scene, the mark of the beast, and those who are going to take the mark. That's all up in Revelation 13. Revelation 13. Might as well go there. Let's go to Revelation chapter 13 and verse 10. Let's go on down. We're going to rumble on this. So when you're wondering, what Sister Deborah, what are you talking about as far as United Snakes becoming a slavery? It's a slavery, you guys, that Yah has designed. It's not the type of slavery that you all can imagine. But what Yah wanted everyone to know, He ain't hiding it. He's letting you know it's going to be worse than any other slavery that ever hit the face of the earth. It's going to be worse. Okay, so when they thinking, and they're not thinking because they could care less, the delusion juice has been poured on their ignorance and their stupidity and their wicked and evil, and they hate to where they can't see nothing but white being right. That's all. Do y'all know that's all they can see? All they see is we right, so we right. So what? We wrong. So what? We murder. So what? We steal. So what? We kill. So what? We destroy. So what? We right. So we right. That's their mindset. It's already set. But let's start with Revelation chapter 13 and verse 10. Listen to this. No. We have to bump it up a little bit. We have to bump it up. We're here in Revelation 13. And he's telling you about the beast, okay? And how the beast going to cause young and old, everybody to receive the mark, right? And how they going to come in as the beast, okay? And how he's going to let me see. His head's going to be wounded. It talked about that. And it's talking about how people are going to be deceived. Let's go on. Let me just go on, start with verse 10. Revelation chapter 13 and verse 10. He that led it into captivity shall go into captivity. He that kill it with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Now, I want to erase something for y'all real good. Erase the word saint out of your vocabulary, okay? Erase it. Saint is just like Genesis when the ball was dropped in the beginning. It's no way we can take the word saint and compare it to holy. How did we do that? What would make our sick minds take the word saints over the word holy? Do you all know they put saint in here? That's why they get St. John Church, all the Catholic Church, or saint this, saint that, saint this, and saint that. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me that was their doing? Yes. What they took out was holy. See, everything that has to do with the Father, they took it out, so you'll never find your way home. And where is home? In the bosom of the Father. They took holy out and put saint. Then you go back to the Roman Catholics, you see everything they got. Saint this, saint this, saint this, saint this. You're dirty dogs. How can we compare holy? Yah is holy. Be ye holy, for I am holy. So how is saint holy? No. And we cannot accept that. We cannot accept that. If you really want to know the truth, it is Hakadash in Hebrew. Like Ruach Hakadash, the Holy Spirit. The Ruach HaKodesh. In Hebrew, how did they get saints out of that? Why didn't they get holy? They took saint and put it there and labeled all the churches of Catholics called saint. Even got Saint Mary, Saint Jude, Saint everything, and ain't got nothing to do with the Father. Because if you all only knew the power that rests in holy, how did we escape using the word saint in place of the word holy? We messed up. We messed up from the floor up. That just, we all gone. We lost it. We all gone. So here in Revelation 13, verse 10, he that led it into captivity shall go into captivity. Don't think for 1 minute he don't know who led us. And you all are very sick people out there who think that Africa is your people. That is who you. Africa don't have no connection to Jacob. So what the rats behind are y'all talking about? Africa has no connection to Abraham nor Isaac. So what the rats behind these people keep saying they African? Do you all understand that Africa also falls under the BRICS? Do you all know that? That right there tell you, when you got your stupid self out here calling yourself African, you about right. You cuckoo clocked up and cuckoo clocked out. You know what he said? The number one verse that they get in chapter is Deuteronomy 28. And he said, until they are destroyed, until they are destroyed. And I'm sitting here saying, Father, you sounding like they're going to be destroyed. He said, they already gone, Deborah. I said that a long time ago. They gone. And the more and more I live and I see it, it's just overwhelming. I'm like, they gone. How could y'all not see that you can't make yourself who they are? You don't see them over in your slavery. So why are you including them? Those people practice everything, every other nation that's wicked and evil. And I could not ever understand. Father, how is it they could not see that the African is what tagged us as slaves? Those people would have never known we were over there in Africa until they called them to want to make sales with them to turn us over as slaves. And you sit your dumb tails up here. And you're going to have the audacity to tell me ain't nothing wrong with Judah? And Judah ain't short. Judah got some serious issues. And it's all been revealed. And the denial, all it leads me to believe is Judah so messed up. Judah think cuckoo clock is straight. Like Satan said, good is evil and evil is good. Judah got that same mindset. And I'm talking about the Hebrew Israelites who said they awakened. You ain't awakened to nothing but stupidity. Okay? So here is telling you right here, and you all don't have any idea who he's talking about. He's talking, this right here is actually telling you Babylon. They played a big role. And then you wonder, well, what, wait a minute, hold up, Deborah. Babylon, you got to go to the Roman Catholics. He know who do it. He did it in Babylon. Yes. So what the Roman Catholic is on the four corners? They on the four corners. Oops, I shouldn't have told you. But yes, the Roman Catholics on the four corners, from China to Russia, to Iran, to Germany, to France. Italy is their headquarters. So the Italians, they in it too. You see? So we know that those four corners, the power that be, that rules that four corners in that way, is the Roman Catholic. You are not going to have Islam on the four corners. You're not going to have Buddha on the four corners ruling. Only one doing that is the Roman Catholic. And they got this big old shield called Christians, letting them fools be their shields. And they fools too, they playing it for all this work. They're the one that's going in slavery. And all the surrounding power there is going to make sure they're covering the position to be in slavery. I know y'all don't see it in Revelation chapter 13 and verse 10. He that led it into captivity shall go into captivity. He that kill it with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience of and faith of the holy ones. We supposed to have faith as the holy ones and have the patience to see this through. Okay, now let's go to verse 6, Revelation chapter 6. In Revelation chapter 3 and verse 6. Now, right there showed you this type of captivity. You know how they talk about the one world system? And this is what the United States is trying to put the people under. But I'm going to tell y'all something that you do not know. The one world system has to come from another country, okay? Because United States is going down. So they're going to slave the United States of America. And I don't mean the land, I'm talking about the people. Okay. And all you have to do to know exactly who is the United States is take the greatest percentage. They have bragged on that they are 70 some odd percent of this country. You're right. You're 100% right. So know that you are the 100% that they're talking about. You're going into slavery. Okay? Just like Judah, knuckleheads. Oh, we built this country. We built this country. This country belonged to us too. And this country we built on our backs. You know what you did? You had so much wicked in you that Yah allowed you to come to a country where he knew Satan reside. And that's the reason, y'all. In case I know I just didn't told the whole mystery, Father. I'm sorry. That's the reason why Judah have not realized who they are. Deborah, you're gonna get in trouble. I'm in trouble now. That's why Judah ain't realized who they are. Or who they could have been. Every nationality on the face of the earth know who they are. Judah, in this end day, they were only partially blind, not fully. The only nation that don't know who they are and don't care. Tell me, ain't that something wrong up here? You see? They talk about all this other mess. And now they're trying to get all these young black men embedded in crypto and gold and silver. And a lot of y'all ain't even heard. And you ain't going here. Because you off the cuckoo clock. That's how far go. Because they run around here getting silver and gold. And guess what? Donald Trump them got a plan to take that from you. They already in the making. How you gonna do it? So you see, you got more Gentiles going out here getting silver and gold than anybody. But that's who got to go into slavery. They go get that gold and the silver taken from. Father, let me tell you, one slave ain't gonna be richer than the other. They're gonna all be poor, dependent on food, clothing, everything, even to look out of their own window. It ain't gonna even be their window. They're gonna be written for something or said somewhere where they're gonna be charged for it. And they're gonna have to be stone cold slavery, like he said, like never been before. Is what's coming, that is happening right now. Donald Trump, is his mission is not what everybody think it is. Has he been placed there? Yes. He's the dumbest man, I think, that ever went into politics. But look what he's doing. Because he's placed there and it's backed up by one of the beasts that came up. So when he's there, you can't beat it. Because Yah is the one that's sending these beasts up to do his will. When I read that just now, I said, I heard you, Father. They don't get it. They don't know who they messing with. They really don't. Now watch this. When you get to Revelation 13 and verse 6, it says, and he opened his mouth in blasphemy against Yah, to blaspheme his name, his tabernacle, and them that dwell in heaven. Now, this is the beast. This is the beast really saying words on the earth. Who are they saying the words to? Stupid people like this, the people in this country. You see? If they're saying things, who's listening to them? Listen to what, let's go up to verse 5. And there was given in verse 5, Revelation 13, verse 5, and there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things. What is he speaking to? Who's listening to him? But see, I think what the problem I have with this, see, that's why I shouldn't have went back. Because right here, when it says in verse 5, Revelation 13 and verse 5, and there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things, blasphemy, power was given unto him to continue 42 months. Right there should have scared you. Right there should have scared you. Because right there is the order from heaven. Telling you, I give them power to blaspheme against me. Say that all the negative things they need. Why? Because they saying it to the people that ain't gonna stand a chance. I did a message. They got what they got coming. You see what I'm saying? So listen, I know y'all probably bypassed that, but just because, let me tell you why you will bypass it. Oh, something keep getting in my eyes. The reason why you will bypass it is because you don't understand what give and gave is. When you understand what give and gave is, that's the Father. He is give and gave. Let's see what he give and gave the beast. Let's hear it. And there was given him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemy, and the power was given him to continue 42 months. Blasphemy. Oh, that was given to him, Father Yah. Watch this here. Verse 6. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against Yah. Why is he doing that, Father Yah? Because I gave it to him, Deborah. You know I rule. You mean, well, I mean, hold up, Father Yah. You let him. I like having my Father rumble. Because to me, I see who he is. He rules this thing. Front, back, every side, up and down. Sit down, clowns. You ain't got it. So he's sitting here. Now watch this here in verse 6. And he opened up his mouth. Who? The one he gave him the power to blaspheme against Yah. Who is he saying it to? Who is he talking to? Them people in United Snakes of America. The one that's going to be the slaves. Now watch this here. And to blaspheme his name. Not only against Yah, but to blaspheme his name. and his tabernacle, and them that dwell in heaven. They're going to be talking about somebody up in heaven. They down here on the earth, running their mouth about what's in the kingdom, blaspheming his name. What all that is, you hear it, but you have to put it in the right spiritual contents. It's a spiritual battle. It's a spiritual battle that he's giving them power to spiritual battle him when he know they can't win. You just don't. You see? He giving him that which he knows that I'm going to flip the script, Deborah. I'm going to make the head to tail and tail the head. Now, when you finish talking, you see who going in captivity. All the ones he's talking to. Now you get to verse 7. And it was given unto him to make war against who? The holy ones, and to overcome them. The power was given over all kindreds and tongues and nations to go up against Yah. This is a spiritual battle, unseen. So you see the stupidity in people who ain't even nowhere near any truth. In this midnight darkness, they don't know what the rat's behind going, but they're going to feel that slavery when it comes. And then it says in verse 8, and all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him. Now watch this. Whose name are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. So he's letting you know, baby, this stuff is written before y'all even can think. Before you even know what light and dark is, before you know what up and down is, before you even know what coming into the world is. This stuff was already written. And can't nobody do nothing about it. Then he dropped down to 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He calling on the holy ones. If you have an ear, hear. Wait a minute. What you mean? You gave everybody an ear, Father Yah. He said, Deborah, you know what I'm talking about. That ear that can hear what I done and how I did it and why I did it. They can hear me in what I did. He ain't talking to everybody. You think he's talking to this beast? You think he's talking to the ones that the beast talking to? No. He's talking to the holy ones, the ones that are the spiritual seeds. Hear now. Hear that spirit. Hear what that spirit is saying. So you'll know how to relay it and land that thing on the earth for me now. Hear me now. Hear me. Because it's a spiritual conversation. It ain't a worldly conversation. It's not a book conversation. Okay? Now watch this here. Verse 10. And he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience of the faith and the faith of the holy ones. And then we're going to drop to verse. We just did that one. Okay, we did the 10. 15. Watch this here. 15 to 18. Listen to this. And it says in 15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast shall both speak and cause that as many as would worship the image of the beast, who would not worship the image of the beast, shall be killed. Who that? Who that? Who that? Who is that that's going to not worship the beast should be killed? Who gave him power to do that? Verse 16. And he caused all, both small, great, rich, poor, free, and bond to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. Verse 17. And that man might buy that, no, verse 17. And that no man might buy, sell, save he that had the mark or name of the beast or number of his name. Now, the trick to it that y'all don't see and you don't understand. Now, Just because they're bowing down and they take the mark, don't mean they ain't going into slavery. They're going into slavery with the mark. They're going to go quicker. You see, in this, it's deceiving them, thinking you take the mark, you ain't. If you don't take the mark, you're not going to be able to buy and sell and those sort of things. But guess what the trick is? The mark is putting you in full force labor, not labor, slavery. See, they, and even you all would think, oh, if I get the mark, at least I can get me some food. No, baby. It's a deception. You're going to be the tail. The whole thing that Donald Trump is doing, oh, I forgot to tell you, the taxes that he was talking about, what is it, the tariff or whatever, it's a trick, y'all. Just so they can raise all the costs in this country and have a just reason of why. China ain't paying nothing. Mexico ain't paying nothing. Canada ain't paying. They just lie. See, this country don't understand the whole media around the four corners is owned by the United States. They can tell you everything you want to hear and how. All this here, they only feed you what they feel they can get the victory out of. They don't care about you knowing that they connecting with Israel, and Israel is killing all those people over there, and Israel is the wickedest land on the earth along with them. They don't care if you know all that. It ain't back them up or laying them down, and nothing they doing. They still doing it. Donald Trump is still going around making it hard for the people in this country, and the people are smiling and praising him. You tell me if that ain't something wrong with these people. They gone. So they need to go into that slavery, because that's the deepness of how they have hate, evil, and wickedness in them. They can't even grasp the idea that the same European people that you putting up on pedestals because y'all white, you think you're right, they're the same one gonna bring your tail down. That's called kingdom against kingdom, nation against nation. Everybody running around here trying to dance with a civil war, baby. You in a war with your own nation. Judah already been in the war with theirs. They've been killing them off, so it don't matter. They dropped all the way down to 13%. They've been killing them off, so it don't matter. So it's the number that's greater that's going to be fighting the kingdom against kingdom, nation against nation, people against people. And you all have not observed, it's happening as I speak. They walking into places, killing their own by big time. And the father said it wasn't that they weren't doing it before. They just, by the United States owning the media, they kept European issues clear from the media, so the only this country can see us. The moment if a woman or a man that's melanated, if they drop a penny on the ground and pick it up, when the police tell them to stand up, they got them on film. They putting it on news. Oh, they didn't do what the police said, so they end up getting shot. They make sure they show the worst of the worst of Judah. And Judah never had a leg of their own to stand up on. You know why? They messed up with Yah a long time ago. But Yah say, but Deborah, I got mine's caught up in it. I'm bringing mine's home. Mine's coming. Mine's got caught up with Judah, but that's okay. I'm bringing mine's home. This is called the spiritual Judah, the spiritual Israel. They're coming home. The seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the flesh, no, they ain't going nowhere. Most of them going to even be left here. They ain't even be able to go to the wilderness, because what he's about to say, just let's finish right here. Revelation chapter 16, no, chapter 13 and verse 16. And he caused all, both small, great, rich, poor, free, bond, to receive the mark in their right hand or in their forehead. Now watch this here. This is why I'm trying to say to y'all that most people are sick. They gone. They strong delusion juice from their foot to their head. They have no idea. Right there, he went on to telling you both what? Small and great. Small and great. That means young and old. Okay. Now watch this here. Rich and poor. So it's not just what you thinking. See, a lot of the white, the middle class or the upper class and we ain't all those in the suburb. Look, this here is coming for you too. It's telling you, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive the mark in their right hand or their forehead. Now, what they're actually saying is, I don't know if y'all during the COVID time, they made it for everybody. I believe that was the beast signature, because if you only know how these people are dropping dead like crazy, something been put into them. You see? And people still denying it. Young, old, everybody received it. It's still that partaker of the mark. Yah already put his in Revelation 7. You hear he's already marked his. Now watch this here. Watch this here. Verse 17. And that no man might buy, sell, save he that have the mark or name of the beast or the number of his name. Verse 18. Here is wisdom. Now what happens? We have to step out of the natural wisdom. You got to go into the spiritual wisdom. Now this is what he said. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding. The understanding is the Ruach HaKodesh. Now he spoke of wisdom in the spirit and the Ruach HaKodesh. Count the number of the beast, for it is a number of a man, and his number is 666. Nobody on the face of the earth can tell you outside of what? He that has the wisdom in the spirit and he that has the Ruach HaKodesh as a understanding. You can't get it no other way. So all this other stuff that people are saying, this is why they're going to be off. But I can guarantee you this. The United States is going to be fully in slavery. But listen to this here. When you drop down to the next, which is chapter 14, and I looked, John said, and I looked, John said, and lo, a lamb stood on Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their forehead. So you see this here beast thing? This ain't for you. You see what I'm saying? It's not for you. Revelation 13 is not coming for you. Because in Revelation 7, he had marked his. What the rat's behind, he's going to mark you with a spiritual mark from the kingdom for you to get the mark of the beast. Does that make any sense? See, you have to come out of the realm of the wisdom, the knowledge, and the understanding of the natural. You have to step into wisdom, the knowledge, and the understanding of the spirit, and you see where all of the things, and honestly, a lot of it has been mixed up to where you don't know which part is coming first. But one thing you know, it's no way he gonna let you get the devil's mark and his mark too. The devil mark can't come nowhere near you. Okay, let me show you another one. And he said in verse where is it, where it was talking about the image of the beast, and the one it was saying, let me get it. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast will be killed. You see them not worshiping the image of the beast? Guess what? So what? They gone. Why they gone? They don't have the mark of the Most High Yah. See, everybody thinking that if you don't get it, I know I'm got. You know, it's such a prideful, ego, self-centered mind that's floating all over the world, and no one is getting understanding. You got to come to this lowness of understanding. You know nothing. You only know what the Ruach is teaching you, but you can't put yourself, I got my keys, I got my ticket to the kingdom. You ain't got yourself nothing but a headache, and you need some migraine medicine for it. So here, what I loved when I read it, it says in chapter 14, and lo, watch this here. He didn't say lo, but he said, and I looked, and lo, yes, he did, didn't he? A lamb stood on Mount Zion, with him 144,000, having the Father's name written in their forehead. You see what I'm saying? It gives you something to really understand, because he went to let you know in verse 18 before you came down to 14. It wants you to know here is wisdom. You think that wisdom is natural? You think this is for the priests, the pastors, the bishops, the evangelists, the apostles, the prophet, the prophetess, the Maoris, the seers, the watchmen? If you think that, you sicker than sick. It is for the servants of the Most High Yah. He's speaking to them about the wisdom, and only they know that the wisdom is spiritual. Then he said, let him that have understanding. You know how he said, all you're getting, get understanding? You know why? Because that's him. And if you ain't got me, you lead to your own understanding and get it that way. And then he said, count the numbers of the beast. See, a lot of people are stepping into areas all over YouTube, all over the media. And it got all the people going in all dark ways. But that's also the will of the Father. Those things need be. Because here you can see he's speaking to a people that has the understanding and has the wisdom. He's trying to get you to understand something beyond what you're reading. You see, that's really what he's saying. Because this spiritual wisdom is spiritual. This spiritual understanding is Yah himself. He's a spirit. He has to be in you for you to understand. But the people think, oh, I don't need all that. I can read. They've been reading this book since it's been created. It's been lying to you, and you've been lying to yourself. But that's the way you want to live on. Because that's not going that. And then it go on and talking about in 14 how they was rejoicing and having good time in Mount Zion, where all this mess is happening with the beast. So you see, all this stuff about the beast is you're gonna have to be killed, and they're gonna do this, and they're gonna not with the ones that's smart. Now I believe a lot of them gonna be killed without a doubt, but not with the one that's marked. See, the one that's marked is marked before the beast come. You see, that's why he turned around in 18, said, wisdom, here is wisdom. Let him that has understanding. He's speaking of spiritual. Understand this. Now, when you read this, you got to understand these things are what was said years ago, thousands of years ago. You get what I'm saying? So you have to be able to step in it and make it fit in to the order of the way Yah has it set up. Yes, have they smeared it? Have they added? Have they taken away? Yeah, but you have to put it in the right order in the way the Ruach is trying to teach it to you. So when I'm reading this, is what he let me know was when I went to reading it and going over the Revelation 13, and I was saying they cutting up. And then I see down here in Revelation chapter 13 and verse 10, where he said, and they that led into captivity shall go into captivity. Well, what are they going into captivity for in their own land? You see what I'm saying? Because they have to go into slavery. This United States is a form of slavery. And many of you all don't really pay attention because you got your everyday life going on. And if you really pay attention to what's going on, you hear a lot of Europeans talking about they putting us in slavery. We're going to be in slavery by 2026. We're going to be in slavery by 2026. We're going to be in slavery by the end of this year. We're going to be in slavery by the year of 2027. They counted it, y'all. They're already saying it. And the Spirit told me today, yes, they're going into slavery right in the land that they call and think that's going to be great. It is, Deborah. It's going to be a great land of slavery. If you all knew but the Father knows as far as how wicked this land is, then you could understand. But what happened is a lot of people have had their way in this land, in their way of living, to where they so comfortable, y'all. They so set in it to where they can't see nothing Sister Deborah is saying, because they have been content and so in, just relaxed, and so everything been going good for them. Let me tell you, even with me, I went to get something, and I said a prayer, and I said, Father, please don't let me mess up this one, because I don't have it to get it again. I just don't have it. Do you know, I went in and I felt that I did it again. And I said, but Father, I asked you, don't let me fall in this and here. And he said, Deborah, and he said it to me so sweet, y'all, so calm and so sweet. He said, Deborah, I'm known to take something bad and turn it into something good. He said it to me 4 times today. Yes, he did. I said, that's my mo high. That my mo high. That my mo high. Don't tell me that my mo high. That my Father in heaven. That my Creator. That my most high. When he said that to me, I said, oh man. And you can feel it. It was a feeling. He said, you know that I'm known to take something bad and turn it into something good. And from that time on, I was thinking positive. And went in, everything said, bam, 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 bam. And I looked and I said, you did it, didn't you? Thank you, Father, y'all. I'm telling you all, take time to be in the right place with him. He ain't coming to be in the right place with you. If he's in you, you better recognize. You better recognize. Because don't wait till things start to burn up. Things start to get bad. This is the sort of spot we must already be in. You see, where he can just look how he comfort me. Yeah, Deborah, but I can take that which is bad, and I can turn it into what is good. That's who he is. And right then, I understood it, because it wasn't coming from me. It wasn't coming from somebody else. It was within, letting me know I rule. Check, I rule. You see, y'all don't want us getting out here thinking that we need to hog stuff and grab stuff and get stuff and just make our way so comfortable, and so just do the best you know how and let him handle it. That's all. Just do the best you know how and let him handle it. I have a real bad way of doing things in my thought pattern, and I can't control it. I can't do nothing about it. And I'm glad that he told me it come from him, from the heaven, because that's how he is. But I'm just saying, I'm in a way that it's hard. It's really hard. It's really hard to even break it down, and I bet not, because people still wouldn't understand it. It's something that I know that the Father has caused me to be, and I'm trying to just live by it. I don't want to change nothing that Yah has orchestrated from the kingdom. Don't ever get in that type of mindset that you feel that you want him to do it. No, you rest right where he got you. Just rest there. If I can lay my head on you, and lay your head there. Just forget everything else. Just know you got a resting place in his bosom. You see? Because when it all said and done, he's going to have the last say so, even when you think you got the first. You see? And a lot of times he won't deal with neither nor. He'll let you go right ahead and let you have the consequences behind it. Because a lot of people's heart is not really where it should be with accepting who he is and what he's capable of saying, doing, and being. And when you get him where he belongs, and that is over any and everything. Because when you begin to sit here and you sitting here telling me you giving the beast all this here, you give in, you give in, you give in, you giving him all this to go up against your father. Y'all got a will. And it didn't start on the earth when you read this Bible. It started in the kingdom, baby. Man just rewrote this, smeared it, added, take away. So now you need the one in you to give you some insight of how he did it from the kingdom, not from the earth. Because the earth gonna smear everything. So you got to start from where it come from the kingdom. And that's why I say, when you know you got a place to rest in him, rest your head in his bosom and listen to him. Hear him. Because at that quick of a moment, I start to feel sad. I said, I did it again. I did it. I messed up again. And in that moment, I thought, but I asked you, Father, to bless me. And then I realized, wait a minute. That was pretty stupid to say, but I sat there and he knew it. He knew already in me that it wasn't what I was saying, really wasn't who I was as far as really what I felt. I was just listening I was just wanting a word from him. And don't tell me he didn't show up and show out. He said, Deborah, I'm known. And you know that I'm known to turn something bad into that which is good. He said it to me 4 times. And at that moment, I said, there you go. You're doing it again. You my father. You my father. He my father. That my father. That's how I know him. I'm a child. That's how I believe him. That's how I receive him. I don't want to be nothing but a child in his eyes. I don't want to be all this everybody want to be. I just want to be your child in your eyes. And I want to be a child in my eyes to you too, Father, y'all. That my father in the kingdom. That my y'all. That my y'all. That my y'all. So Sister Deborah, I hope you got something out of this lesson, but we need to stop saying saints. Kadosh, Kadosh is what it means in Hebrew. And the definition is holy. The holy ones, the faithful ones. You see how I told y'all how faith is a brand? See, a lot of people don't know that. The set apart one. So when he did that with all the Catholics. All the Catholics got saints, St. Mary, St. Jude. I mean, churches, y'all. They got people, men that's called St. John, and this is the Father John, and everything he said don't do, they didn't do. How you call him Father when the Father's in the kingdom? I mean, just all, and nobody ever talk about it. No one teaches it. You don't hear them preaching it in these churches, all so-called Christian church. Nobody wants to stand on spirit and truth and the light. Everybody wants to live the lie and want everybody else to be the same. And people go that way. But I thank the Father that the narrow great gate was prepared for us to go in its direction, which is the way. And without him, we cannot. I need to let me get this down before I go. I want to get this let me get this here because I got to get this. I got to get this here because because I know it's and it said, okay, let's go to Revelation 17 and verse 3. I was all in Revelation 17 today and verse 3. Revelation 17 and verse 3. And it reads, So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness. Who is this? This is John. John is in the heavens. He's being carried away. Now listen to what he said. Let's go where we could see exactly what John is saying here. Let's go. Revelation chapter 17. It might not be the wilderness. It might not be the heavens, but I think that's what it is. Yeah, it is. In Revelation 17, it says, and there came one of the seven angels that, yep, he's in heaven, which had the seven vials. And he talked with me, saying, come hither. I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon the water. So yes, he's getting the revelation from heaven. Okay. So he's in heavens. And whom the king of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunken with the wine of her fornication. Verse 3. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness. Wait a minute. You in heaven. You mean it's a wilderness there? You get what I'm saying? So what I wanted to say to you, be careful in how you would speak on and teach the wilderness. You have to understand the wilderness first and foremost in the spirit realm, and then capture it in the natural. You get what I'm saying? But you got to be able to understand it in the spirit realm first and foremost, and then capture it in the natural. Because there's a lot of verses telling you about the wilderness of the natural, but you have to capture the understanding of the wilderness from the spirit realm. Okay, because the wilderness that I am, a prophetess in the wilderness. And I used to say that, and I still say that. I know that that's where I go for my schooling. So I know that that is a place that Yah shows me things he have not showed many. So the reason why I say unto you, when you hear me coming and saying things, maybe many of you all have never heard. That's where it's coming from, the wilderness. You see what I'm saying? So here John is talking about, so it's a spiritual place. It's not the natural place. Remember the tools, always trying to understand things in the spiritual first and foremost, and in the natural. Can it come in both forms? It can come one in one form and one in the other, but they can't come together. Okay? The natural is the natural and the spirit is the spirit. But you can, when it's taught, you can bring them into the oneness. You see what I'm saying? By like going into the natural wilderness for Egypt, when they came out of Egypt. But when they got into the wilderness was prepared spiritually for them. You get what I'm saying? Was it a wilderness? Yes, it was a natural wilderness, but it was prepared spiritual for them. They never saw that part. They never saw the wilderness as a place prepared for them. You see? From what? The spiritual realm. You can tell they was cuckoo clocked in, because if you came through a sea on dry land and you see the water poured to the side, you're led by a cloud in the daytime and by fire at night so you could see, and you made it all the way to the other side, and you get into a place and you forget where you just come from. How the sea was parted, all the miracles and signs and wonders to get you to that land. And then you get to that land and you looking at the land as land and not looking at it as a spiritual place. This one that's part that sea, this one that led us by a fire by night and a cloud by day. You ain't looking at that spiritual individual who made that way. You went right back to the natural. And that wilderness became a natural form. You see? So you can always understand it, because when I'm listening to John, I'm like, saying, hold up, bro, what you doing having a wilderness? Wait a minute, you in heaven. I said, oh, I forgot. That's just like me. When I said prophetess in the wilderness, I forgot. So I wanted to just show you that. And I think it's twice. I think it's also in no, that ain't it. It's another verse, Revelation 3. I got to find the other one. I don't see. Wait a minute. No, not in John, but it's another one in Revelation saying he was talking about the wilderness. I think it's Revelation 1 and 10, behind the loud. Yeah, Revelation, I think it's 1 and 10. But it's telling you about the wilderness. And see, you see what I mean when I say to you all, learning how to flip it from one to the other will best work for you when you're speaking spirit and truth in the light, is because you can flip it from one area to the other one, and then you get a better idea of each one. You get what I'm saying? And what is actually taking place, and what is it, the intent and the purpose. We just went over it here, where he said, let me show you another one. When he said in Revelation 13 and verse 18, here is wisdom. Okay, he's saying it. He's telling you, here it is, y'all. You better get it. You better get it. Here is wisdom. Let him that have, not going to get or might get, let him that have what? The Ruach HaKodesh. Count the numbers. He ain't telling the world. He ain't telling priests, apostles, bishops, pastors, ministers, teachers, evangelists, prophetess, Maureen, seer, watcher. That's not what he said. He's speaking to a special servant. And this is why you got so many people out here teaching right here today, all over this. And I'm sitting back. How is it you talking? How is these people talking like this? And they got 50,000 people viewing them in 1 hour. How could that be? But I know what it is. I truly, I know. But I sit and I be saying to Father, why can't your servant? He said, because the gate is still narrow. Always keep that in mind. I don't need all this. I am all this. I don't need all this. I am all this. I created all this. I don't need it. You see? So when we thinking he need us and he can't do without us, or we the one and we the did, we the this and we the that, you just don't know, baby. He needs you. He needs you to go right into the lake of fire so he can have it burning up real nice and crisp for you. That's about all. When you thinking that and that's a lot of people. People go to church thinking that he need them. People go to church thinking that he need them. I had one individual that was donating, and it got to the point every time I said, wait a minute, people don't know. You don't donate to get a praise from Yah. He don't have to answer to you every time you feel you want to give something. No, he don't. He don't communicate with you when you give like that. He don't give you a pat on your back. Good job, son. No, that's not him. That's flesh. All the wrong reason to do stuff. And people are content in believing that's how he rolled. No, he don't. Why would he pat you on your back and give you the glory now and then telling you the rewards are sitting waiting for you in his kingdom? Do that make any sense? Because it says that if you want your reward today, or you want it, I tell you what, you get your reward today, it'll be your own hand patting you on your back, because I've already told you your reward is in the kingdom. The powerful thing about Yah's reward in the kingdom, he's just told people, you give unto the least of one of these, you have done it unto me. And then he said, your treasures is in heaven. Now, if your treasures are in heaven because you gave to the least of them, then that shows you can't go to hell. See, people, they don't think, they don't understand that. You can't be mission to hell. You can't. And they you know what it has to do with, they don't have no belief in anything. Now you tell the world, these people can go to the Christian church, take offering and give donations and pastor anniversary, everything. You see? But it's they don't understand. That shows you the faith is not there. The belief is not there. The righteousness is not there. It's nothing there. It's what they made themselves to be. They don't understand. He don't owe you no earthly nothing. He don't have to come off his throne and say, oh, good job. Thanks for giving this to Deborah. Y'all don't do that. You got it wrong. That's not the way he rumbled. When he'd already told you, you're set for the kingdom. Already. Just because of that. Just imagine people don't think like that. because they are nowhere in the spirit realm. They have no idea. Just like I was telling you all, no one really thought, and no one has ever preached it. Lot was like them people in Solomon and Gomorrah. Same thing. And you notice when he went to, and his daughter and them came out, they said his daughter and them got him drunk, and both of them had sex with their daddy. Now, why is it that the daughter's fault? Everything is always the women's fault. Everything is always their fault into reason why things happen. But it ain't his fault for laying down with his daughters, because they brought that same spirit right out. Why didn't they go back to Abraham? Deborah, you're going to get in trouble tonight. You're going to get yourself in trouble tonight. Y'all going to get you. He's going to send you to bed. And you ain't going to get a glass of water. You better stop. Have you ever thought of that? Why didn't Lot and his daughter head back to his favorite cousin, I believe? Why are they going up in the mountain? It don't make sense, do it? See what I'm saying? No one wants, they feel if they teach, then it's really telling you the whole outcome of man. And it does. It tells the truth. Let me give you another example. In Revelation chapter 17. Watch this here, y'all. Watch this here. And I ain't got no sense, but I don't care. I came here like that. How about that? I came here with no sense. I don't need sense in the flesh, as long as I got it in the spirit. What about you? You got any? Watch this here. Revelation chapter 7. Watch this, y'all. Watch this. See, y'all think I'm playing. This is how sick they are, and they don't know they're sick. Watch this here. In Revelation chapter 17, let me get it right. Let me see which verse it is in. 17 and verse 6. No, let's go on. Revelation chapter 17 and verse 5. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon, the Great, the mother of harlots, an abomination of the earth. Okay? It's letting you know it messed up the whole earth. Okay? Watch this here. Watch me now. Verse 6. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the mandors. Is that it? Mandors of Yeshua. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. Now, what do admiration mean? Admiration. What do that mean? I'm finna show y'all something that y'all don't never. That's why I ain't got no business in nobody's place of worship or trying to teach. Because I know I ain't got no sense, but I don't mind not having none. I come here like that. How about that? Cross me on the other side, the spiritual realm. Okay. It's okay. Someone says admire and amazement. So why is John admiring that? Deborah, stop. See how I don't got no business teaching. In my mind, I'm like, why is he doing that? And then in verse 7, the angel said unto me, wherefore did it thy marvel? What the rest behind wrong with you, John? And you wonder why Sister Deborah said it. I know it. The angel probably didn't say it like that, but I can tell you he had some words worse than that. See, no, these pastors wouldn't teach that. Listen to it again. Why was he admiring? Do you all really understand what admiring means? It's a high esteem. It's like a praise. It's like admire. He's doing admiration. but it means admiring, praise, high esteem. Why would he be like that? After he telling him that this is a woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the monarchs of Yeshua. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. Why? And then the angel said in verse 7, and the angel said unto me, wherefore did thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and the beast that carried her, which has 7 heads and 10 horns. The angel have sense enough to say, John, what's wrong with your butt? Why are you looking at that the wrong way? Now he in the kingdom now, y'all. He in the vision or the dream or wherever he's at, but he's not in the normal. How you're admiring something like that? And it's letting you know of the blood of the people, the men of Yeshua and the saints, but not the saints, but the holy ones. Why you see what you see? Do y'all see that? Okay, it just doesn't make sense. Okay, you said respect, none whatsoever. John was in the flesh, exactly, but he's in the spirit. Deborah, you gonna get in trouble. You better stop. You better cut off right now while you ahead. You got to understand where John is at. So he out of the flesh, but he talking like he in the flesh. He thinking. He functioning. You see? Why ain't nobody talked about that? Come on, preach that. I bet you I could. I can preach a whole sermon on it. Sure can. Sure can. Sure can. I can preach a whole sermon on that bad boy. But guess what? It wouldn't be right. Because you got to get the spiritual purpose out of that. Because it don't make sense. What do you mean, Deborah? He in spirit. Why do you have that feeling and that emotion that way while you're in the spirit? Can't do that. Can't be done. We said John got caught. but y'all missed it. Y'all missed it. Because the main thing about it is you don't understand what he's admiring. I saw a woman drunken with the blood of the holy ones. Who admiring that? See, that's what I'm saying, y'all. You have to understand how man this smeared this thing up so bad. Man, this smeared this up. Because think, verse 6, I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Yeshua. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. Come on now, y'all. Y'all don't see that? See how messed up that is? So you have to take that straight into a spiritual realm and wonder, well, what is he seeing? Because it's talking about the blood of the holy ones and the blood of those who follow Yeshua. So what's supposed to be so admiring about that? Because then he saw the woman? Come on. I ain't gonna go there. That's another messed up from the floor. That's another smeared. You have to be in the spirit to really get what is taking place. And that there don't look good at all. Why? Because the angel checked him in the next verse. You see? What's your problem, bro? Why are you marveling at that? He asked the question. John never answered it. Well, what's up? That's what I'm saying. You see how they add stuff in there? That was a typical man allowing him to marvel off the fact that it was a woman. You see, y'all didn't get it. I knew you wasn't gonna get it. That's why I said I'm gonna get in trouble. That's where you know it's messed up. Man didn't do something in there. All you'd have to do, y'all don't get that? I know y'all don't. I know you don't. Let me not pressure you. Let me leave it alone. Let me leave it right there where it's at, Father. Yeah. You my Father. You my Father. Yeah. All right, Sister Deborah. Appreciate each and every last one of you all joining this evening. And guess what? I will be back tomorrow morning. Hopefully. I think I will. Shalom and shalom.